Hello, everyone. This is Gerald Celente, and it's Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. And here are some of today's trends in the news. And remember, the trend is your friend. We're giving it to you like nobody, anywhere, any place in the entire world gives you what we're giving you in the Trends Journal. And all you have to do to subscribe for the grand total of $2.59 a week is go to trendsjournal.com and read history before it happens. So you got it? Like nobody else is giving it to you. And that's the truth. You look at the facts. We've been calling it like nobody else. Hey, how about those gold prices, huh? Remember, it hit a high of $4,381 an ounce. Yep. And what did we tell you? 2024, a golden year for gold. We've been positive on it. And then when gold prices, before they went down, what happened last Thursday? I said, watch out for a correction. It could go down as much as $500. And then what happened this week? Boop, the correction came. So where are we at now? Well, let's see. It closed at 4,125. So it's a couple of $100 down from the high. And it could go lower. So here's the deal. By the way, today it hit 4,155. It's up about $27 today. As high as up another $20. But it could go down. If it goes down below 4,000, like around the 350 mark, 3,005. Watch out. That could be the bottom. But if it stays above this level, watch for it to go higher. On the equity markets, the S&P was up 0.58. Dow Jones up 144 points. The NASDAQ up 0.89 points. The averages hit their highs. This is the lingo from CNBC. After White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said during a press conference that President Donald Trump will meet with Chinese President Xi next Thursday in South Korea. That announcement erased investors' fears about U.S.-China relations that have pressured equities on Wednesday. So another day of bullshit. Because you want to hear more bullshit? Let's go to Wednesday and let's listen to that bullshit guy. Oh, that scumbag that gave Argentina $40 billion to bail them out? What the fuck do I care about Argentina? Oh, I forgot. I got to like that little Milei clown, the little fucking comic book boy. It's a reality show. One fucking country after another, pieces of shit running the show. Welcome to America. No, I like that little Cachon Macron with a fucking pecker the size of his pencil if he has one at all. Oh, I forgot little Starmer little Starmer over there in the UK. F-U-C-K. Another country. Oh, Mersk, we'll get to him. Hey, Mersk, we are going to build our military? We killed you in World War I? You like World War II? Oh, yeah. We only killed 25 million Russians in Operation Barbarossa. What a bunch of fucking pieces of shit. So going back to Bessent, stocks finished lower Wednesday after Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who stole $40 fucking billion of our fucking money as our country's rotting in front of us to get to that little scumbag Milei over there in Argentina. Hey, Bessent, remember you said that the peso was going to go back up? No. It went way, way down. But anyway, he said on Wednesday, confirmed that the White House is mulling plans to curb exports to China made with U.S. software. Those plans would build on Trump's statement almost 2 weeks ago that the U.S. will implement export restrictions by November 1st, or quote, any other on all critical software. All right? Total fucking bullshit, one day after another. Bullshit, swallow your bullshit. Become a repulsive kid. I love Trump. Oh no, I'm a Democrat. I like Nancy Pelosi out of her fucking mind. No, I'm a liberal. I'm a conservative. Grow the fuck up. Anyway, let's see, what else? Brent crude. Trump put sanctions on Russia. Went up 3%. So we're paying for the sanctions. So when you go to the gas pump, the price of oil just went up 3% because we put fucking sanctions on Russia. Hey, you elect me? I'm going to get the Ukraine war in 24 hours, all right? Hey, now that I'm elected, before I even take office, the war's going to end, all right? One fucking day of bullshit from the bullshitters. What else we got? Bitcoin. It's up 2K, trading at around 110,000 per coin. Again, we're still bullish on it because the Trump team's in it and is going to keep going up. Silver went up 31 cents. Again, here, you ready? CNBC. Intel shares beat in first earnings with U.S. government as top shareholder. What the fuck are we doing with Intel? Hey, call me an anti-Italian. There was this cat by the name of Mussolini. The merger of state and corporate powers is fascism. Got it? Trump wanting many more U.S. investments in big corps like Intel equals fascism, the merger of state and corporate power. And that was the cover of your Trends Journal, and it just keeps getting worse. What else? AI is already taking white-collar jobs. This is CNBC. Economists warn there is much more to tank. Yep. Circular AI deals spark worries of a bubble. No shit. Again, China's going to take over the AI world. India's number 2. Way overinvested in these companies. They ain't making any dough. Trillions of dollars. And now they're finally saying what we said back on January 28th to get ready for a dot-com bust, and they're actually even using this language now. Yep. They're even using the language now. During the late 1990s and early 1920s, such dependency loops mainly contributed and ended the boom years with a dot-com bust. Yep. No shit. Here we go. Circularity has become a buzzword in the artificial intelligence deals. Some investors, gamblers, have drawn comparisons between the mega deals of today and some excesses of the ongoing dot-com bubble. But don't subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read the Wall Shit Journal. No, I got it. You like the toilet paper record? Yep. Very important from the Financial Times. By the way, that's a good newspaper. That's one I respect. They got a lot of good information there. Hedge funds take part in Hong Kong flotations at highest rate since 2021. The reason being, the artificial intelligence boom has reignited investors' interest in Chinese technology. You got it? They're not reporting that in the American news. And we've been saying this for how long? Only since January 28th. High-tech focus likely in Beijing 5-year plan. Yep. Again, it's all there. They're putting money into it, state-directed investments in new productive forces and infrastructure aimed to expand means of production in AI. Amazon tests robots, AI tools for workers. They're talking about getting rid of tens of thousands of workers. It's the future. And showing the future going down, China's business sales outlook weakens to 2-year low. 2-year low when the COVID war was going on? And those little scumbags up there, little Trudeau. Remember little Trudeau? Remember the little arrogant fucking piece of shit, daddy's boy? Hey, you truckers, you don't get the jab, you can't drive. Yeah, that little scumbag. Remember the little fucking health ministers? Remember the chick up there, one of the countries? Don't have sex. Don't have sex. My pussy's one right up. Don't have sex. Remember these shitheads? They fucking destroyed the economy. But you can't talk about it. Nope. Gucci owner Kering sales continue to fall. Yep. Thank you. Thank the Chinese because they were the ones that were pushing up the luxury sales across the globe. But when they launched the COVID war back on Chinese Lunar New Year, the year rat in January 2020, and gave them 3 years of zero COVID policy, draconian mandates that locked down the country, they destroyed it. They're coming back on the AI field, but they got an estimated 90 million vacant apartments in China. 90 million, a housing boom. But again, the luxury sales were booming because the Chinese were buying. Here we go. This is from health insurance costs again rise sharply. The cost of health insurance rose steeply for a third year in a row in 2025, reaching just under, you ready? $27,000 for a family plan. Are you kidding me? Who the hell could afford that? That's because the bigs are taking over everything. And the other reason why, and they don't talk about it, again, the data's there. I forgot the numbers, the billions of dollars, because people are obese and overweight and eating ultra-processed food, drugged up to shit, taking all this crap and driving up the healthcare costs. And the bigs keep getting bigger. Coinbase to buy crypto investment platform, Blackstone to buy Hologic and deal valued at $18.3 billion. First Brands and Tricolor trigger Bank of England's alarm over private credit. Yeah, no kidding. And what else? Oh, the Trump sanctions on Russia. This is from ISNA, the Iranian news today. Moscow's response to U.S. and EU sanctions. Maria Zakharova, the Russian foreign ministry spokesman, stated, quote, "We consider this step to be absolutely counterproductive, including in terms of demonstrating a lack of favor toward achieving tangible negotiated solutions for the Ukraine conflict." She added, Brussels' ability to expand sanctions against our country has largely been exhausted. Russia reserves the right to respond to any hostile actions by the European Union, even if it involves deliberately unsuccessful attempts to harm us, in a manner we deem most appropriate and beneficial. We will respond appropriately, deliberately, and with due regard for our fundamental interests. You got it? It's ramping up. When all else fails, they take you to war, and they're ramping up this war, one after another. On the Ukraine front, U.S. eases curbs on missiles used by Kyiv. Yep. And what did Putin say? Russian Putin, Vladimir Putin, said today that if Ukraine gets and uses U.S. Tomahawk missiles, the response from Russia would be, quote, very serious, if not overwhelming, end quote. At the same time, the Russian president pledged to continue dialogue with the U.S. despite U.S. counterpart Donald Trump shelving a summit between the two leaders. I remember the one in Alaska that he told us worked? Total fucking bullshit. Hey, you elect me, that Ukraine was going to be able to take office. All right. How come they're not calling him out on this? Because they're prostitutes, ballless little pieces of prostitute media whores that get paid to put out by the corporate pimps and government whoremasters. Yep. Peru's new president battles wave of discontent. I'm mentioning this because it's very important, because what's going on is that there's going to be a Gen Z revolution. And it's happening all over. Generation Z marches against the pension law. It's one of your articles this week's Trends Journal. A Gen Z revolution because the young people have absolutely no future. And that's why that guy Mandani is going to win. Mandami is going to win in New York. And now even Trump says he's going to win. And we said it, we only go by the data. Israel, Middle East news, Palestinian states condemn Israel bill for West Bank annexation. And again, when you look at it, good news. Live update, Israeli Prime Minister orders halt to West Bank annexation bills after U.S. criticism. Very positive because just came out, wrapping up his visit to Israel, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance criticized Knesset's vote advancing Israel's annexation of the occupied West Bank, quote, as a very stupid political stunt and a personal insult. And that's great. Good for them. Bravo. Bravo. And Israel must allow UN aid into Gaza, says the ICJ, the International Court of Justice, but of course they won't. Israel forces raid Syrian village, expand number of military sites inside Syria. This is according to antiwar.com, which does a great job. Again, they could go into any country they want, steal what they want, and do what they want. UN court says, yep. What else? Ready for this? Call this guy an anti-Semite. I have served as witness before the Anglo-American Inquiry Commission on Palestine for the sole purpose to act in favor of our just cause. But it is, of course, impossible to prevent distortion by the press. Yeah, the prostitute media. I am in favor of Palestine being developed as a Jewish homeland, but not as a separate state. It seems to me a matter of simple common sense that we cannot ask to be given the political rule over Palestine where 2/3 of the population are not Jewish. What we can and should ask is a secured binational status in Palestine with free immigration. If we ask for more, we are damaging our own cause. And it is difficult for me to grasp our Zionists are taking such an intransigent position, which can only impair our cause. Very truly yours, Albert Einstein. Got it? Einstein. Yeah, the cat that had a lot to do with the atomic bomb. Yeah. Oh, Jewish cat. So you can't call him an anti-Semite. This is bullshit what they've done. And again, what Einstein said, they asked him, what kind of weapons will be used to fight the Third World War? He said, I don't know, but they'll be using sticks and stones to fight the third. And going back to Israel, the U.S. proposal splits Gaza in two. And Jared Kushner's behind that, the little clown boy son-in-law of Trump, who said, and we quoted in the Trends Journal back in March of 2024, this is very valuable waterfront property, and the Palestinians should be moved out into the Negev desert. This is a scumbag doing his shit over there. And then moving on, Trump suggests U.S. strikes on alleged drug shipments on land are coming soon. The U.S. expected to bomb Venezuela with the goal of ousting Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Again, that's on antiwar.com. U.S. conducts 8th strike on alleged drug smuggling boat in the Pacific. Article in the Wall Street Journal today. Rubio heads campaign against Venezuela. This little fucking arrogant little nothing of a scumbag shithead. Yep. For more than a decade, in the Senate, Marco Rubio sought to oust the Venezuelan, autocratic leader, Nicolas Maduro. They call him an authoritarian leader in the New York Times, the trailer paper record. How about calling Netanyahu an authoritarian leader? Authoritarian. Oh, no, are you anti-Semite? This is not journalism. This is fucking bullshit to shove their shit down your throat. And Einstein made it very clear what the press does back then and now. Yep. It goes on to say, Trump sees the more aggressive campaign as a foreign policy win that could become an economic boom for the United States, given Venezuela's vast reserves of oil and other natural resources. No shit. As I said, you think we would have invaded Iraq, Libya, and Syria if their major export was broccoli? The same shit here. This is total fucking bullshit about the drug dealers and the narco terrorists. This is a clip from Trump's State of the Union back when he was president, 2019, 2020. Here, listen.
That's why my administration reversed the failing policies of the previous administration on Cuba. We are supporting the hopes of Cubans, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans to restore democracy. The United States is leading a 59-nation diplomatic coalition against the socialist dictator of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro. Maduro is an illegitimate ruler, a tyrant who brutalizes his people, but Maduro's grip on tyranny will be smashed and broken. Here this evening is a very brave man who carries with him the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of all Venezuelans. Joining us in the gallery is the true and legitimate president of Venezuela, Juan Guaido. Mr. President, please take this message back to you. Thank you, Mr. President. Great honor. Thank you very much. Please take this message back that all Americans are united with the Venezuelan people in their righteous struggle for freedom. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
How about that for bullshit? How about they don't fucking speak a word about that? We've been writing about this when it happened back then in your Trends Journal. All the facts are there. He called him a socialist dictator. Hey, Gatson, you tell you now it's about running drugs. You call him an illegitimate leader. Who the fuck are you to say that? Yep. And all Americans support this? Who the fuck are you talking to? Most Americans have no fucking idea what's going on down there. And he goes on to say that we smashed and broken when he was president. Hey, once again, full of shit. Full of shit this day, full of shit the next day, full of shit tomorrow. It's the full of shit president. President full of shit. Yep. And you look at this fucking picture with the little clown boy sitting next to Guaido with the fucking costume on with all the medals and shit. You can't believe this crap. And look at all of the scumbag pieces of Congress crap standing up and applauding this shit. Oh, once upon a time, I launched a movement called Occupy Peace, not to become involved in foreign entanglements, kill people around the world and steal our money to do it. But that's not good. You got to support war. All Americans support the overthrow of Venezuela, according to Trump. Terrible what's going on, and it just continues to get worse. Colombian leader courts Trump fight. Yep. This country's leader has suggested President Trump is a slave trader and compared him to Hitler. Most recently, President Gustavo Petro of Colombia has taken aim at the Trump administration's targeting of boats allegedly ferrying drugs to the U.S. Allegedly. Oh, and they killed a bunch of people on the boat. They let the other guy go, a couple of people. They didn't do anything. They survived it. U.S. bombed Somalia for 83rd time this year, according to U.S. Africa Command. Again, this is by antiwar.com. And this is the Trump crap. I want immediate peace with the Ukraine war. That's when he was running for president. Our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. You ready? We want to have peace on earth all over. Yep. I'm moving quickly to end wars, settle conflicts, and restore the planet to peace. I want peace. Yep, there's your Cover Your Trends Journal. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. Look at this fucking crap. Where's the outrage? And where are the people supporting Occupy Peace? Again, they all marched over there. The no King Trump. Oh, yeah, fine. Okay. Yeah, but how about Genocide Joe? Yeah, we liked him. Yeah, and we love the money that he stole, $250, $300 billion. There's a cover of this week's magazine to keep fighting the Ukraine war. Yep. But we don't occupy peace. We're hypocrites. Oh, and by the way, no king? Hey, how about the King of England? Don't forget, bend down, kiss his ring, bend over. 43 kings around them. Who made up this fucking king shit? Look at these little fucking clowns with their costumes on and all this crap. Wonder why the world is going to shit? Because people lost their fight. Their fight for freedom, peace. And once upon a time, the man said, every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies in the final sense a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, those who are cold and not clothed. The world in arms is not spending money alone. It's spending the sweat of its labors, the genius of its scientists, the hopes of its children. This is not a way of life at all in any true sense. Under the clouds of war, it is humanity hanging on a cross of iron. You got it? Dwight D. Eisenhower, 5-star president, supreme commander of the Allied forces. He saw the other side. Not like all of these gutless little fucking clown boys with draft deferments. They couldn't fight the way out of a paper bag. But boy, did they love war. So don't forget, march off to war. Don't forget to vote. Vote for your Republican or your Democrat. Be a good little plantation worker of Slavelandia. Thanks for tuning in, and please watch the interview I did with the judge yesterday, more about Venezuela. Thanks for tuning in.